We just bought this new TCL 4K TV. It can do 4K HDR at 144 Hz with variable refresh rate. It also has a game accelerator mode, which can do 240 Hz at full HD. It has a 2.1 sound system, HDR, Dolby Vision, AMD FreeSync, NVIDIA G-Sync, and many other features, for example, Google Voice Assistant. Now, let's unbox it. Now we're going to put the stands on. This is the right stand, here's where it goes, and this is how you put it on. There are two pins that pop into place, and then you screw the screws in. Now, let's flip it up to its legs and show the back of the TV. The TV has a 2.1 Onkyo sound system, so 2 speakers and 1 subwoofer. It also has the VESA 30x30 wall mount. The TV has a USB 3.0 port, a LAN port, HDMI 1 is 4K 144 Hz, HDMI 2 is 4K 120 Hz, but that is the service port. So if you have any problems with it and you take it to a service so they can fix it, they will use that port. These are the TV ports. Digital audio outputs, HDMI 3 4K 60 Hz, HDMI 4 also 4K 60 Hz, and it has an AV adapter. Now let's put it into power. Because the TV has very high brightness, the phone can't focus properly, but let's set it up now. Let's set up Google TV. Now you need to download the Google Home app and copy the QR code or enter the setup code. Now we're going to do that. So now we have the app downloaded. Let's open it. Get started. Select an account. Now that you selected a Google account, click Create Home if you don't have one. Let's name it Video. Next, you will have to add your address, which we will do. Now you need to give the app location access so it can discover nearby TVs. You also have to turn on Bluetooth. Now it looks for devices. It found the TV. Click yes. Give it camera permission to scan the QR code, or you can also type in the setup code that is visible on screen. Now it connects. Accept this. You can select which room or area the device is in. Let's just do the dining room, for example. Next, connect it to the Wi-Fi. Now it asks if you want to link your TV to your Google account so you get personalized experiences, for example personalized ads, etc., which we won't do right now. This is permissions for Google Assistant. You can also add video services, for example Netflix. Continue. Agree and continue. Now you have to log into Netflix. The TV also has 5G instead of just 2.4G. Now it's connected. On the phone it has a little bit of delay.
It's a weird thing. With cable, it's slower the internet than with Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is much faster than cable.
Now we're going to try searching YouTube with the Google Voice Assistant. 4K video.
Sure, here are some videos.
This is a 4K 60fps HDR video played on YouTube. Let's see how it looks. Now, let's turn on HDR in the TV settings. Normal with HDR. Normal, HDR.
For my eyes, without HDR, I think it's better quality.
For me, I think it's better with HDR, but sadly, we have not found a YouTube video that has actual HDR, and if you turn on Smart HDR, it will turn the picture preset to Sport, which looks way too blue. Now we're going to do a test to see how dark the blacks are, how much bleeding there is, etc.
The panel is quite reflective. Without the light, it's a good quality.
Now we just realized that the TV has 22 gigabytes of internal storage. Now that might not seem like a lot in, for example, computers, but in TVs it is a lot, and not many TVs have it. The TV also has a feature called gesture controls, but you need a camera for it. It's when you, for example, do like this move in front of it, it will turn on or something. We don't have a camera. This TV sounds much better than other TVs, but does not sound better than a soundbar. It's somewhere in the middle. It sounds much better by ear than on recording, but we're going to try to recreate the sound quality with a good microphone camera that is stereo, and we're also going to try some of the audio settings.
How to invest with zero commission. Start by finding your favorite company.
best adjustment for sound. The bass enhancer at the high level and the 10 kilohertz at the 6 dB plus.
Now we're going to do a bass sweep test from 10 to 200 Hz. The volume is at 50. Now we're going to do a 20 to 20 kilohertz sweep. Now we connected the TV to a capable PC with a very strong GPU and CPU, and let's test how it looks. We also switched the game master from auto to always on HDMI 1, which is the port that we put it to. Now it's at 4K 120 Hz. Let's see if the cable can do more. Unfortunately, the cable can only do up to 122 Hz instead of the 4K 144 Hz that the TV is capable of. Now let's test it in BeamNG Drive. Here is BeamNG Drive. We're going to max out all the settings. Graphics. As you can see, everything is set to the absolute maximum. Now, let's get into a map. This is how the game looks. In real life, the game looks much better than on camera, but sadly, it cannot capture it. We have AMD FreeSync Premium turned on, FSR, and we are using upscaling right now, so let's go and turn that off. Let's open the AMD software. Gaming. And we will turn this off because it's frame generation. We don't need that. And turn this off too. So now this is no scaling, native 4K. Let's teleport to somewhere where the graphics can look better. Let's go here to the coastline. Now we installed the VESA mounts, and luckily they barely fit over the subwoofer. But one thing that we don't like is that the back of the TV bends a lot. Now we mounted the TV to the wall, and here in Romania you have to put in this card to access some of the TV channels. This TV also has an internal slot for the cards. Now we put one in, and now it's authenticating. Also, one of the problems with it is that switching between TV channels is kinda slow. For us, it's it takes about 2 seconds. Now we also connected a Samsung soundbar with the HDMI ARC port, which is the HDMI 4 port. It works great, the TV channels work, but as I said previously, the only thing that we don't like is it takes 2 to 3 seconds to switch channels. And if you have, for example, us, we have 200, it can take a while. Now we have the soundbar turned off and the TV supports Dolby Atmos, so on Netflix it shows what films have Dolby Atmos. If we turn on the soundbar, which is connected with HDMI ARC, it will stop showing Dolby Atmos because it does not support that, but because we have a 5.1 system, it shows what films can be played in 5.1. But if you connect it with Bluetooth, then that does not support 5.1, so it will neither show Dolby Atmos nor 5.1. Now we're going to try to connect the soundbar with Bluetooth. Now it's connected.